We're living in a funny old time now. You got furries running around, you got 4 million fucking genders these days, and you got a load of people that actually think Metal Gear Solid 5 is a fucking good game. But there's one subset of people that fascinate me, and these are the weeaboos. But what the fuck is a weeaboo, bruv? These cunts treat Japan like it's their fucking spirit animal or some shit. Like, they honestly think they're like people born in the wrong body, like they should have been born Japanese. And they fucking obsess over Japanese culture and everything about Japan, like it fucking owes them money or something. Now don't get me wrong, I could be a little bit weeby at times. Having said that though, I'm gonna dedicate this video to you, the weebs of the world. I'm gonna show you a way to live out your fantasy whilst you're sitting at home in your pants, picking bits of sushi out your bollocks and your belly button, because we're going to take a closer look at Yakuza 0. So unless you're an odd cunt like me, it's more than likely that you've never heard of the Yakuza games. I'm not being funny, I'm not fucking surprised. When the original games come out on PS2, it was marked like it was a GTA clone, like GTA Japan sort of thing, which is the biggest load of bollocks because it is fuck all like GTA. The only way that this game fucking resembles GTA is that you're a bloody criminal. That's about it. Other than that, it's fucking nothing like Grand Theft Auto. If anything, the best game you can compare this to is something like Shenmue or old beat-em-ups like Streets of Rage and things like that. Hey bruv, Sega made all them games though as well, do you know what I mean? Because Sega loved that shit. So you play as a couple of hard nuts. One called Kiryu Kazuma, he's a suave cunt. Then you got Goro Majima. Hey, this guy bops around with a fucking eye patch and a ponytail, bruv. Fucking ponytail, bruv. Anyway, you play as these two in different sections of the game, depending on where you are in the story. They both can fucking have it, I tell ya. I mean, look at this fucking shit. I mean, for fuck's sake, you can set Kiryu into this fucking mode where you can just like bowl about and pick up any fucking thing on the street. You can fucking pick up a motorbike and smash it around some cunt's head. Then you got Majima. He's a bit of a slippery cunt when he fights. Fighting him's like trying to pick up a fucking penny with a pair of boxing gloves on. Another thing, he loves fucking wrapping his baseball bat around people's faces. And the way that the fighting works in this game is you're sort of walking around town like, you know, just bowling about, you know, like you do. And then it'll just be like Final Fantasy style, like random battle, people will come up to you and start shouting like, hey, then bang, battle starts. As if you're gonna do a fucking dance battle or some shit, because you get like a crowd all around you and all that, because that's how fights happen in real life, innit, bruv? Know what I mean? But there is one odd thing that happens when you're fighting as well, because every time you fucking hit someone, money just starts flying out of people. Now imagine if this happened in fucking real life. I'm telling you, if this happened in real life, I'll be walking around the streets giving every cunt a fucking left hook. Know what I mean? Money falling out. Yeah, bosh! There you go, mate. Do that, bruv, you get fucking minted, bruv. Well, right, he does that until you meet this fucking big cunt called Mr. Shakedown. Right, this geezer is fucking hard as fuck. When you spot him, mate, you want to run. Because if he beats the shit out of you, which he normally does, that's it. Every bit of money that you've made in this game, in his pocket. And what makes it even worse is there's more than fucking one of these cunts walking about. There's a few of them. They're all massive, and it's just like, you just see them walking around like they've got like a price above their head when they're walking. So yeah, basically what you do when you see them, you run as if you run as if they're gonna fucking give you an STD when they talk to you. Because yeah, you just don't want him fucking collaring you, because if you do, mate, you're fucked. But it's not completely unfair, because you do meet these people around the game that teach you new tricks and new fighting skills and stuff like that. And the group of people that you meet are pretty funny, because it goes from, like, the first one you meet is just some foreigner. When I say foreigner, he's like, I don't know, he could be English, American or whatever. He's just a white fella walking around Japan. He's a fucking pisshead, constantly out of his nut drunk. What the fuck is there a white man doing in Japan, bruv? That's not realistic. In other one, you got some fucking nutty bitch that goes around like smashing up geezers. Just some little lady, you just meet her and then bang, she just, first time you meet her, she's just beating the shit out of some bloke. She's the one who teaches you how to do the, like I said earlier, the picking up anything and just smashing around people's heads and all stuff like that. Yeah, you get it from her. Then you got this other one, who's this bloke who basically, he's like, he pimps out your fighting skills and he makes you put up your own money for a bet that he's he's making so you can make him money in a fight. But it levels you up, do you know what I mean? There you go, that's just the game. And as well as from some of these characters how to fuck people up, you've also got this other thing as well. It's like a skill tree. What you do is you pay money into it and you get things like health boosts, you get more stamina, you've got like a heat bar. Your heat bar is where you get all your special moves when you can trigger like these special attacks which give you like a mad cinematic fucking move of whatever you're doing, whether you're hitting someone with a weapon or you're giving them a fly kick or you're just shoving their fucking face into something. With this skill tree, that's where you're going to piss most of your money away in this game. And you're definitely going to need to keep your eye on this, because later in the game, when the people start getting harder and the crowds start getting bigger, you're definitely going to need to get on this shit, bruv. So for the most part, that's how the game controls. See, I told you it's fucking nothing like Grand Theft Auto. So I might as well tell you why you're doing all these things. Because obviously there's a story and shit, bruv. So this game has got 2 separate stories for each of the characters. So I'm going to give you a little outline of the story of each character. Like, we'll just put a toe in the pool. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not about spoilers. I don't want to spoil it. I want you to go and play this game. First off, let's talk about Kiryu's story. Kiryu and his bum chum Nishiki both got brought into the Dojima family. Yeah, the Dojima family, they're like well-hard Yakuzas, bruv. Yeah, they got brought in by their mentor, Shintaro Kazuma. This bloke found these two when they was in an orphanage and thought to himself, yeah, these two look quite hard, I'll fucking have them, do you know what I mean? I'll take them on, I'll train them up and I'll make them into a Yakuza. So fast forward to the now in the game, which is, funnily enough, set in the 80s. And then the mentor, Kazuma, he's banged up in the nick, so he's not around. But this is causing problems within the Dojima family, because he's the second in command of this family. And then you've got a group of these other fucking cunts who are just there. They want to jump into his grave and they want to take that slot. And the top boy, like, promised it to one of these 3 if they can finish this special task for him. So if they do this for him, bang, they're second in command now. Anyways, separate from that, Kiryu's sent on a job, like a debt collecting mission. And he's basically just got to scare this bloke, knock him about a little bit, get his money, there you go, sorted. All goes well, everything seems alright until you're watching on the telly, the news comes on, you find out this geezer's fucking dead, isn't he? He's just fuck knows what's happening, but he's dead. So everyone now is on Kiryu's case thinking that he's the one who's murdered him. So not only does this put Kiryu in the doghouse, now Kazuma has got pressure on him whilst he's in prison. So this is making his second in command slot even more questionable, because Kiryu's his boy, do you know what I mean? That's his protege. So anyway, things happen and Kiryu just eventually expels himself from the Dojima family, because now he's got the fucking police after him as well. So he don't want to put pressure on the Dojima family, because that's just going to make life hard for all of them. Plus he don't want this to affect Kazuma's position whilst he's in prison. So he thinks the best thing for him to do is to just fuck off, leave the Yakuza and go on the run and try and clear his name himself. So after all this shit, Kiryu ends up meeting this real estate guy called Tachibana, and this fucking bloke's bopping around, he's only got one hand. And then Tachibana reveals to him that all the problems that's happening within the Dojima family, with Kazuma, with this real estate agents, and with this whole thing of why Kiryu's sort of being framed for this murder is all down to this one plot of land. Not being funny, this is a fucking right poxy stupid little bit of land. It's about as big as a fucking bathroom. So after hearing all this makes Kiryu even more determined to get to the bottom of everything, clear his name in the process. And all this shit happens right at the fucking beginning of the game, bruv. So that's just the basic way that Kiryu's story starts up. And then you got Majima. Majima's story starts as a manager of a fucking cabaret club. Like, this club is called The Grand, like a big fuck off establishment, and he's the manager of it. So you're thinking, yeah, this is some high fucking roller here. And not being funny, he is the fucking dog's bollocks at his job. He is serious. He even shows you in the game like a little demonstration of how good he fucking does his job, and he's something else. But it ain't all as it seems, because he's only really there as a fucking punishment. Because back in the day, he did the dirty and done something wrong to piss off the family that he was with. So they ended up torturing him for years over this, and what they ended up doing is they wanted to make use of him. So they put him into the Grand, and they're thinking, right, you can earn your way back into the family. Once you've earned us X amount of money, your punishment's over, we'll forget about things, you can be part of the family again. But again, that ends up fucking up. The guy who's on his bollocks about this, a guy named Sagawa, he ends up being a right prick and saying, you know what, that 100 million that we asked you to make, it's now nah, 500 million. So he has to grin and bear it and just sort of get on with it. But then an opportunity arises. Sagawa comes up to him and says, I've got a shortcut for you. You've got to do me this favor, and if you do this, we'll bring you straight back into the family. And what I want you to do is I want you to kill this person. So Majima's sitting there rubbing his hands together like, yeah, I can do that. It's fucking easy. Like, this is taking long making all this fucking money for him, and he keeps changing how much he wants. So fuck this. If I just kill this person, I'm sorted, mate. But then he meets the person that he's supposed to kill, and it turns out that it's some little blind girl. And then in the process of finding her, he finds out that you've got all these other clans and all these other people just on her case that either want to kidnap her, kill her, or whatever. So Majima's got a bit of a heart on him, so he thinks, you know what, I'm not going to do this. I can't kill this blind girl. I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna find out what is actually going on. So Majima goes and thinks, bruv, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit, bruv. I'm gonna save this blind girl. And there you go. That's the main outline for his story. Shit in shoes. More stuff fucking happens. I ain't gonna tell ya. You gotta play it if you want to find out that shit. So, all of this all takes place in two locations. First one you got is Kamurocho, and the other one is called Sotenbori. And both of these places are unique in their own ways. Because you got Kamurocho being the more pedestrianised area with shops, restaurants, and bowling, and just all sorts of normal things that you'd have around a city. But then you got Sotenbori, which is a more red light district style place. It's more about the nightlife, and it's more seedy, and you got all these like sex worker gaffs, and yeah, it's just a bit of a mad place, and you got a few mad people running around this area as well. And it's these two towns that the best part of the game is, and that's in the side missions. And fucking hell, man, the side missions in this game, they're just fucking mad. I'm gonna tickle your balls a little bit here and tell you about a few of them, because there's so bloody many of them, and they're all fucking brilliant. They're easily the best part of the game. For example, you can direct the fucking music video for Michael Jackson, bruv. You help a fucking punk band act like an actual fucking punk band, bruv. You can even drive Skeletrix, bruv. And there's even like a bit more to these side missions as well. Because not only do you just do the missions, you interact with the people that give you the missions, and you build friendships with them. And the further you take the relationship, the more wacky shit gets. Like, for example, you got a lot of seedy places in town. Like, my favourite is the porno shop. Initially, you just walk into the shop, sit down, relax, knock one out to your favourite video, which is pretty cool, because the way that you unlock the videos is you find these collectible cards that have a picture of the bird on it that you want to watch a video of. Like, that on its own fucking just sounds mad. But anyway, if you keep coming back to this shop, the shop owner will start recognising you, and then he'll start like opening up to you and start telling you things, and start spitting out all these personal life to you. And then you eventually find out that he's watched so much porn that he can't get hard on no more. Eventually asking you that and he wants you to try and find him that real shit. That shit you don't find in shops. Proper X-rated bad boy pornos. There's even another bloody mission where you have to go undercover and join a cult just to help this woman whose daughter has been brainwashed by these people in this cult. And you've got to go undercover to try and get her out and convince her to go back to her mum. There's even another one as well where you've got a boy that suspects that his fucking girlfriend is cheating on him, only for you to find out later on that she's selling her underwear to random people in the street. Bruv, they're just nuts. Like, the amount of crazy shit you can do in this game is just fucking unreal. Then you've also got all the mini games that you can play as well. Like, and some of them are like outright games within themselves. Like, you've got the pool game, which is just as much a fucking pool game as any snooker game that you can buy on its own. Then you've got a Skeletric racing track that you can go to. Or you've got the karaoke booths where it's like a Parappa the Rapper style press the button when it comes on the screen thing. And they're just fucking mad. Some of them break out into like mad music videos and everything. Or you've got the clubs where you can go into, and it's like a miniature dancing game. And not only that, you can even go into a fucking arcade, and they've got full-on machines of like Outrun and Space Harrier. They're the full arcade versions of the game built into this, that you can just go anytime, just go and play it whenever you want. They've even got fucking claw machines, for fuck's sake. And that's the thing with this game. You could easily spend most of your time just bopping around the city doing side missions missions and mini games and just sort of living the life in Japan. Like, you don't even have to push the plot forward at all. You could spend hours and hours just messing around with the stuff that this game gives you. There's so fucking much there. And that's why I fucking love this game. Whether it's the crazy shit you can do, the fucking bonkers cast of characters, or just the nutty people that you meet just walking around the street. The game is just an absolute joy to play. Like, in every regard that I can think of. And I definitely think it is worth you, the person watching, to go out and buy it and play it yourself. Like, the way that the Yakuza games are exclusives to PlayStation as well, but you never get heard about. They never get announced. You never see them at E3s, like being announced on the stage. You never hear Sony talking about them. Like, I think it is criminal that happens, because how good these games actually are to the way that they get treated. Like, in Japan, they're massive. Like, they love them. That's why there's so fucking many of them. Like, you'd probably sit here thinking, oh, this is a new game never heard of. 6 is about to come out. And that's not even including some of the spin-off games that have come out. Do you know what I mean? Number 6 is just about to come out. Over here, that is. It's already out in Japan, but it's about to come out over here. In my opinion, the Yakuza games are some of the best that the PlayStation has to offer. And if you want to jump into the series, I think 0 is no better starting point. So if you enjoyed this closer look at Yakuza 0, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment. If you're a fan of Yakuza, tell me what you like about it, put it in the comments below. If you're not already, press the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.